mulliganing. And I like mulligan, I get like a can that's like pretty good that has pieces of disruption, and you're just like terrified, like because you know he's like never gonna mess up. But, like the onus is on you, you know.
So here we are, the quarterfinals of the Star City Games Open here in Louisville, Kentucky. Standard portion. I'm Gavin Verhey. I'm here with Jacob Van Lunen, and we're about to see the start of the end of the tournament.
Beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end, as it were. On your right, Tyler Winn playing Blue-White Caw-Blade. Certainly the ubiquitous deck of this format. Stoneforge Mystic, Squadronox all over the place. On your left, the Lone Warrior, the one non-Caw-Blade deck, Red-Black Vampires.
It looks like Caw-Blade won the die roll, but Caw-Blade does not look to have a 2-drop, which is...
He has to have Mana Leak, right?
He must.
Pretty
card. Awesome. Yeah. That's exactly what you do there. When your Caw-Blade opponent passes the turn on turn 2 with 2 mana open, you say, okay, here's a Bloodghast.
And yeah, you go, well, don't really want to counter that one.
And he just passes right back.
Uh-oh.
Now, I think Matt's probably going to duress here before he plays any other spells.
I wonder what kind of hand Tyler kept. Why would, like, as Matt, you have to be asking yourself, what kind of hand would Tyler keep that had 2 lands, no Mystic, no Hawk, no 3rd land? I mean, and no Preordain, or he would have cast that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Like, again, we're seeing a lot of Blue-White Caw-Blade players who keep hands that they don't really have to. Like, you can mulligan aggressively.
Yeah, I can't quite see all the cards in his hand right now, but I'm really curious as to what he kept. If he still has Gideon in his list, then I could see keeping a hand that has... Like
a Day and a Gideon with 2 lands in the draw.
Well, I mean...
Or I guess he was on the play.
I mean, I could see his thought process from that hand, but even I wouldn't keep that hand. Like, I can see the thought process, but I definitely wouldn't do it. Like, pulling the trigger on that hand just means if you don't draw 2 lands or 3 lands, you lose.
Yeah.
And
wow.
There we are.
In, yeah.
Literally 30 seconds. Like... That's it.
And we're off to game 2. So I'm guessing, and maybe this is a crazy guess, but ooh, you know what time it is? It's time to give away some premium.
That's a pretty crazy guess.
Huh.
Wow.
Now,
if you guys have been following along, the way this works is during the top 8, we give away 3 months of a premium in the quarterfinals, 6 in the semifinals, a whole year in the finals of both events. One for Standard, one for Legacy as well. All kinds of great stuff on Star City Premium. Great writers: Patrick Chapin, Brian Kibler, Brad Nelson, Mike Flores, some of the best Magic players in the world telling you how to play Magic. And it's really like, if you don't have Premium, you're just behind at what everyone else is doing. It's as simple as that. So this is your opportunity to win 3 months of it, right here.
Now, for a trivia question, that's how you're going to win this.
Right.
You have to, post your answer to our trivia question with the hashtag at SCG Live, at SCGKY, at SCG Premium.
Hashtag
SCG Premium. And our trivia question is going to be, what state is Louisville in? Now, Louisville's a beautiful city. We were here last night. I went for a little walk last night. I walked along the river. It was gorgeous down there. Riverboats and everything. Lots of nice old architecture. A beautiful place. Now, what state is this beautiful city in? I have no idea where I am. Do you guys know where I am? I need to know. Tell me. So, tweet it. Hashtag SCG Premium. What state am I in? Louisville. I have no idea. All right.
You can use Google if that makes you feel better if you don't know the answer.
If you don't know the answer, you can find it,
Google Maps, a good resource.
You can come here and find out?
Yeah, exactly. Just drive, get in your car, start driving. When you end up here, you'll know. So, it's just, Premium is such a good use to have. Like, every time I refresh StarCityGames.com, I wonder... There was like a year when I was playing Magic competitively when I didn't have Premium, and I'm like, what was it like before having Premium? Like, I don't even know, Like, how not reading these articles, like, I don't know where I would be.
I mean, I've had Premium since the get-go, and it's such a valuable resource. Like, especially if you're trying to step up your game. It's also just really nice to have that reading material. Like, I'd say more so than like upping your game, having premium just like gives you reading material. It's like having a subscription to a magazine, having a subscription to like a newspaper that you enjoy. And you have these writers who, like, through the game, their decks, like how they play, how they approach the game, and every week you get to see these writers writing about what's new in the format, writing about what's going on in the game, and it like really keeps you in tune with the community. So sometimes when like you're unable to play Magic for a good period of time, you don't fall behind. Where if you don't have premium, if you're not like constantly like keeping up with the reading, it's really easy to like fall off and to forget what's going on. I've had a few like periodical 2.5, 3 week breaks from Magic in the past like 4 years, maybe like 3 of them total. And I remember every time I've come back, I've been terrified. But the last break I took, the whole time I was reading, and when I came back, it didn't matter at all. It was like I've been playing the whole time.
So that was a quick game 1. What do you think is going to be happening for game 2?
Now Tyler's probably got like some Celestial Purges. Those are it's a very popular sideboard card to have in blue-white Caw-Blade. He might also have some Spell Skites. I don't know if he brings those in. Just an 0-4 seems fine. It also seems nice to protect your equips when you're trying to get some sword hits in. If he has any Day of Judgments, he'll be bringing those in. If he has any Gideons, he'll be bringing those in. And if he has any Condemns, he'll be bringing those in. I don't have a sideboard in front of me right now. I can probably find this one moment. But in Game 2, from what we know about Matt Landstrom's deck, he's going to bring in some Manic Vandals. He has access to a variety of spot removal spells, so he can kind of like mold his deck how he wants it. I don't know, the Manic Vandals seem really good here.
Yeah, so we don't have the deck list in front of us. I'm kind of interested to see how this plays out, because Vampires was the deck that traditionally Caw-Blade beat, I think Blue-White had a good matchup against Vampires, but without the Day of Judgments, without the Gideons, it's going to be hard to know. And
it's changed a lot. They don't have Life Staff. They don't have a lot of the tools they needed to win this matchup. It's funny, the blue-white deck is the reason that people stop playing the red-black Vampire
I know, right?
deck.
Like when I hear people were bringing back Vampires because it beat this deck, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But it does when you look at what the cards are.
Yeah. The Caw-Blade decks have gotten somewhat inbred as of late. They've stopped playing the spot removal because it's not good against them.
Let's see. The players are drawing their opening 7s, getting underway. I'm going to imagine Tyler Winn is going to be very careful about which hands he keeps this game. He does not want a repeat of last game. That's like the 3rd or 4th time today we've seen a Caw-Blade player keep a landlight hand and just get punished for it. You just can't do that. Turn 1 Celestial Colonnade from Tyler Winn, followed by a Swamp on Matt Landstrom's side. Once again, Matt has no turn 1 play, as it seems to be a common theme with his matches so far today. But that hasn't stopped him from winning over and over again.
Yeah. All right, so this time around, Tyler has the turn 2 Stoneforge, and Matt's basically going to have to use a removal spell on that if he doesn't want to be facing down a veritable Baneslayer Angel on the next turn. So.
Yeah, I mean, the batter skill is certainly an issue for Vampires. I mean, you can overcome it, certainly.
He may also be slow rolling a Manic Vandal. You never know.
Right. Yeah, the Vandal's a good card to have. Before, there's Go for the Throat on the
Perfect. That's exactly what you need to do.
Pretty important card to have there. Before Batter Skull, like Manic Vandal was like, well, maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't. You never know what they're going to do. But after Batter Skull, they're always going to have that skull.
Yeah, they're always going for Batter Skull.
Right, and it's always going to be a potent threat. Like, it's always going to be a 4/4, when you play it. Whoa.
Ooh.
That came out of nowhere.
I did not expect that.
Huh. Deceiver Exarch, huh? I mean, that
was awesome.
I don't think there are any Splinter Twins here. I guess it's like kind of like a Tumble Magnet that can block Stoneforge Mystic over.
I mean, it seems really good.
Sure.
It's a 1/4. 1/4s are so good. It's an instant. You don't have to like.
It's an instant Horn Turtle, twiddle something, untaps your Batter Skull, another Exarch, 2 Exarchs. That's crazy. I guess it's a pretty good blocker too.
Yeah.
Huh? There's a Dismember on
Also a reminder that Lindsay
Matt Landstrom's creature.
with our 3D cards. So if you haven't had a chance,
You know, I don't know if
to
Matt
go
Landstrom
today,
minds paying 1 minute to do 4, though.
Head on over, take a quick look. It's a really nice.
That's fair.
But in this
Oh,
spot,
I-
obviously.
And there's the batter skull.
So head on over, check it out. They're a lot of
Brutal.
fun.
How brutal.
Yeah, now,
And there's the red black source. Go for the throat on the batter skull. Takes that down.
yeah. Let's see what happens here. Okay, Tectonic Edge. Taps out to equip here. Gonna get in for a lot of damage, gain a lot of life.
Man,
Goes into 21, and he's gonna preordain.
I wonder how many people have fallen for Deceiver Exarch today. Like that's crazy.
Probably a ton. I can't imagine like ever losing because there's no way they ever see it coming, right?
I mean, they definitely don't see it coming. Yeah.
And you can engineer getting like sword hits in like beautifully with that card.
So there's a crush from Matt Landstrom. That's what that was on that batter skull. Yeah, it's really interesting. I wonder if it's a sideboard card. But once again, we don't have Tyler's deck list. Actually, they might be up online right now. Let me go take a look. But it's it might be a good sideboard card, or maybe just has the main deck and hasn't been getting people with them. Looks like deck lists aren't quite up yet. But yeah.
Okay, Tyler actually has a Gideon in his hand.
Whew. Yeah, that card is very good in this
Card's
matchup.
some good. Sort of Feast and Famine, also very, very good here.
All right, so it gets the Sword of Feast and Famine. A very good card against vampires. Can't kill it. It's going to let you get past your guys so you can't block, strip you of any resources you have left. 2 points come in for those Exarchs, and those Exarchs are going a long ways. And he Mortar Paws to kill the Highborn.
And now that Gideon's just going to lock this game up, so
Yeah, when Tyler
we're
drops that
probably going to
Gideon,
see a game 3
we're
here.
going to quickly even the score, I would imagine. Matt's position not looking very good. He's got a lot of cards in his hand. I wonder what they all are.
Yeah, I mean, the 1/4s are really good against him.
Good old Horned Turtle. River Kaijin was pretty sweet in Kamigawa block.
Yeah.
All right. Tyler
Actually,
Grimes.
like Nick Spagnuolo was for a while siding in Lighthouse Chronologist against vampires, and he was talking about how awesome it was. He was like, "Dude, it's a 1/3; it just crushes them."
Did he ever level it up all the way?
Yes,
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
that's a card I'd like to play. I would definitely play with that card.
I,
If nobody's playing spell removal, how is that card bad?
it is a card I like. I mean, you also have to have enough islands too, but yeah. I mean, I love it. I mean, it's not quite competitive, but it's a fun card. There was a Grand Architect deck for a while that had it. That was a lot of fun. So Tyler gives us the Sword of Feast and Famine to one Exarch, and a Mortar Pod to the other Exarch, and serves in with his team of Stoneforge Mystic, Exarch. Crushes the sword. Those crushes doing pretty good work for Matt Landstrom
Yeah,
here.
well, I'll go to 4. I mean, he'll take 4.
I guess
3.
that-
It's
I
not
guess
that bad.
the looks like he's going to double block the Stoneforge Mystic here. Looks like what's been hanging in Matt Landstrom's hands is just like crushes and ways to deal with artifacts and other kind of reactive cards. So Tyler's still holding on to that Gideon, waiting for the right time to deploy it.
I'm surprised Tyler didn't get more value out of that there. Like, he could have just sacrificed the Deceiver Exarch with the Mortar Pod and killed both Pulse Trackers. He could have sacrificed the
your
Exarch.
Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, I can see
And
that. That way
then
both Pulse Trackers are
yeah,
out.
you lose your Exarch, but
Wait.
you get a Stoneforge Mystic,
And
and your
both
opponent
trackers are
doesn't
dead.
have the tracker.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. It's all just fundamental here for Tyler Winn. Attacks for 4, drops Man Landstrom down to 3, putting him at lethal next turn.
That's a pretty convenient last name. I wish I had that last name.
It would be better if he had Splinter Twin in his deck.
Yes.
T Win.
To win.
Maybe that's why he's got the Exarchs, just so he can trick people into being. Well, his name is Twin, so clearly he must have the Splinter Twin. Let's see.
All right, Viscera coming down. And he's going to pass back to his opponent. His opponent's got the colonnade, so he's probably just going to activate an attack.
Yeah, I think Tyler's got this turn. 3, 4, 5. Activate colonnade.
Attack you.
Attack you.
And that's it.
And that's it. Matt Landstrom packs in. So here we are, quickly 2 pretty fast games.
Yeah, we're up to game 3 already.
3, yeah.
We saw crushes from Matt there. We saw Gideons from Tyler. We also saw Deceiver Exarchs. The Deceiver Exarchs seem awesome here.
Notable is that Tyler didn't end up casting that Gideon.
Yeah.
So
I think he knew he was probably going to win the game without
we
it.
didn't need to show the information.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means that Matt, like, maybe thinks he doesn't have it at this point.
Well, actually, I think these guys have actually seen each other's deck lists.
Sure, that's right. By the quarterfinals. It used to be in the Star City Games Open. Some of you might be wondering at home that you didn't see top 8 deck lists. But recently, within the past 3 months, I want to say, that procedure has changed. So, yeah, these guys know what's in each other's decks now.
I think it's really important they let top 8 competitors see each other's deck lists. It gives players who have, like, large crews to, like Sauron's many eyes.
Like, there's all kinds of advantages you can gain, especially with what you're watching right now, Star City Games Live, because somebody at home could be, watching your match play out and then text your friend what's going on.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to the top 8, it's good to have everyone on an even keel. And so that got changed. And also allows the deck list to be posted faster online, too, which is nice. So we're heading into a game 3 here. So the Vampires is going to be on the play. I'd imagine he's probably looking for a 1-drop. We've seen him keep several hands without 1-drops, but I think the 1-drop on the play, especially against blue-white, is going to be so important for him.
Yeah, I mean, especially when he's on the play. Like, having a Lacerator or Pulse Tracker is just so important here. If he can sneak in, like, 4 points of power and then just play removal spells, he will steal the game from his opponent.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, you just have to get a tempo advantage, and if you don't think, we don't know if Tyler's day in his deck or not yet, but
yeah, we do not know.
But especially like if he doesn't have day, then you just play out all your guys. It's
Yep.
Let's see what happens.
We have Conley yells off camera that because today was supposed to be the Rapture, Soul Sisters clearly should have won the tournament.
Got 9th though. That's pretty impressive for that deck. I'm really excited to see that in 9th place. For those who just joining us, there's a 9th place Soul Sisters deck. Really cool stuff. You should go to the StarCityGames.com and check it out as soon as the deck lists are up. But it had Suture Priest and all the Soul Sister cards, plus the Phyrexian Metamorph Lunar Relic Order combo in it, plus Stoneforge Mystic Equipment package, all kinds of cool stuff. And the deck looks awesome when we were playing it.
Yeah, the deck looks really awesome.
Same amount of points as the other people in top 8. And, I mean, Conley Woods, and we watched it defeat Cobblade rather handily. So
only one player with buys in this top 8. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, just Alex Bertoncini.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the buys are good, but they don't, you gotta have a good deck. I
didn't see Jerry at all in the standings.
No, I haven't seen Jerry around.
I saw him this morning,
all day. Yeah, I know he's here. He played a deck similar to Lewis Laston's deck from last week, and I don't think he did that well, from what AJ said.
Okay.
So there's a Swamp and a Pulse Tracker. So there's the 1-drop Matt Landstrom was looking for. And
that's huge. I mean, essentially a Savannah line, only better.
The buys are so great. Like, these Star City Open Series events are just incredible. People come from all around the country, and you just have these events every single weekend that are the metagame. They define the metagame. They define Grand Prix and Pro Tours. And the buys from the Star City Games Open Player Club are just a great way to do that. You should come out and play in some events if you can. If you can, the Star City Games now has invitational qualifiers for the invitational happening. You can find them at starcitygames.com/IQ and go play in one if you can. If you win, you qualify for the invitational, which gives away tons of prize money and happens in just 2 weeks from now. So you want to.
Will you be there at the invitational?
I'll be covering the invitational.
Oh wow! I will be playing in the invitational.
Wow! Well,
so
get to turn the tables a little bit. Yeah. Me and Adrian Sullivan will bring you some coverage.
Awesome.
And Jake Van Loon will bring you some beatdowns.
Yeah. I'll bring the beats.
All
right, much like that Pulse Tracker.
Much like that
charging into the red zone. Now Tyler's down to 16. Shouldn't he be at 18?
And Tyler Winn preordained on the last turn, shipped both of them. Don't tell me he kept a hand that he was trying to find lands. Turn 1 preordain is always a little scary.
No, I see a pair of colonnades in his hand. So
Okay. Earlier today, we saw a player get mana screwed by keeping.
But again, no
one
turn
left
2
in
draw.
hands.
Like no
Yeah.
turn 2 play.
I mean,
don't.
I think you can justify keeping on the draw preordained no turn 2 play sometimes. But you know, just
That's
like
fair.
when you're mana screwed or you don't have any action beyond that, you have to kind of mulligan. Knowing when to mulligan is really important with that deck, especially since it mulligans so well.
Yeah, I mean, Quablade is one of those decks where you just have to. It's probably a great deck to like learn how to play Magic with, like at high level Magic,
Right.
just because it's a deck that really teaches you how to mulligan
Yep.
and doesn't punish you when you overdo it.
I mean, it teaches you a lot of the fundamentals about, you know, like mana curve, like when to use your, like everything costs 2, but you have to know like when to play certain things, when you should be preordaining. It teaches you some important lessons. One thing we've talked about a lot this tournament is how cards that have a mana cost don't mean you should play that card on that turn. Preordain, often best played on turn 3. Discard spells, often best played before you're trying to resolve
Yeah.
something.
Like, do you already have a Stoneforge Mystic in your hand and like 3 or 4 lands? You don't need to cast that Preordain on turn 1.
Right, exactly. You want to know what's going on with your deck before you start casting it. So there's a Seachrome Coast down for Tyler Winn. And he's probably looking for a 3-drop. Now, he could bluff Deceiver Exarch here. I don't know, maybe he has it in his hand. I can't quite see. But regardless, that could throw a loop in Matt Landstrom's gameplay because it could block that Pulse Tracker and take it down.
Yeah, I mean, Matt probably is not going to attack if he doesn't have a discard spell, if his opponent just passes with a 3-mana open. Also, interestingly enough, it looks like Tyler has a Spellskite in his hand. He just opted not to cast it on turn 2. This tells me that he definitely has a Day of Judgment in his hand.
That seems very likely to me. I mean, I don't know why else he wouldn't cast Spellskite. Unless you're worried about Gatekeeper Malakir, I guess would be the one reason. If you wanted to get down Deceiver Exarch before you put that down. But, yep, so there's the Exarch. Or no, I guess it's a Dismember, sorry.
A Dismember, that's going to put him at 11.
Has to pay 4 life to do it, killing off the Pulse Tracker, saving some residual damage
That's
over
going to put him
time.
down to 9. And I think you just play... I guess he clearly has a Mana Leak in his hand, right?
And there's
Just gets
Highborn.
Mana Leaked. I don't like that, playing the Highborn there. There's no reason to do that.
I mean, I can understand want to put more pressure on the board, but I mean,
It just, you know, like...
there's Spellskite. I mean, I think applying more pressure is good. If Matt, like Highborn might not be the guy you want to put there, but it is good against Day of Judgment. So it's only bad against Mana Leak, I think, because it's good against Day.
No. I
you-
would have just activated my reaches, but...
Yeah, I think activating reaches is fine too. All right, there's the Gatekeeper that Tyler was likely worried about. And ooh, Condemn.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. Looks like Tyler's stabilized this game.
I'm kind of surprised Tyler left in the Mana Leaks that he has in this matchup.
Yeah, especially on the draw.
On the draw, yeah, especially. Like, you want to... The tempo is a big deal. So it's very possible Matt thought that Tyler also just didn't have Mana Leak in his deck anymore, so he definitely didn't have to play around it.
Yeah, it's true.
Although I understand attack with reaches there. That's obviously fine, too. So down comes Sword for Tyler Winn. And I think we're probably going to see... Oh, okay. Goes for Duress. Frost Titan and Inkmoth Nexus.
And the land to cast the Frost Titan. Wow.
All right. So it's time to get with reaches. Frost Titan wearing a sword. Could be a very real possibility soon. There's a land. And Bloodghast not coming back. It's on the bottom of Matt's library. In's going to come reaches. That's going to be 5 damage total because he's going to pump the reaches 2, drop Tyler down to 4.
Yep. So Tyler will go to 4, and I mean, Matt can still win with the top of his deck. He has a red card in his hand. I don't know what it is, but it's red.
All right, yep. Well, there's the Frost Titan. Tyler has to play it.
Yep.
And you tap down
Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper. And now it's just a matter of what happens next, especially with Colonnade and Inkmoth Nexus out there.
Another Gatekeeper would be pretty good.
Is that a Crush in Matt's hand?
I believe so.
Okay.
It might be a Bolt. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if
This
you
is
would
when I
leave
really
Bolt
wish
in.
you had that high
Or,
bar.
I mean, you would, I guess, to kill Stoneforge Mystic, wouldn't you? Yeah, never mind.
Huh. So
Yeah, I mean, Highborn would definitely be good here.
let's think for a moment.
How are you gonna
I'd like Tyler's deck a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the deck list in front of us, but
I think-
Frost
yeah.
Titan,
And I think we were probably being a little overzealous in saying 7 Clawblade decks, because if a deck has Deceiver, Exarch, and Frost Titan in it, it's not a Clawblade deck.
Sure. It's a very different variation than...
Yeah, yes, it may happen to have Stoneforge Mystics and Jace the Mind Sculptors, but I didn't see a Squadron Hawk yet, did you?
I have not seen Squadron Hawk yet. No, I don't think we haven't seen that one yet. Maybe Tyler doesn't have it, I don't know. He's like, oh, I'd rather go big.
I don't like Squadron Hawk. I know AJ's been in here talking about how Squadron Hawk is so good, but I don't know. I don't think it's very good right now.
I love Squadron Hawk, but I understand where the camp who doesn't like it is coming from.
No.
Kind of.
All right, so Matt just passed it back. That Frost Titan is free to deal damage, but I think it's probably going to sit back. I think you serve with Inkmoth Nexus. I'm
Well,
sure
you can't leave the Frost Titan back, because then Matt gets to crack you with land plus Gatekeeper.
and drops
And
you in
then-
the bolt range.
Yeah, and then
I mean-
the problem is that if you attacking
Well-
with it and leaving it untapped are like the same thing,
Well,
kind of. You know what I mean?
I mean, kind of. Like if you serve with the man lands and put a sword on it, you get to untap all your lands. You've got blockers that way.
Yeah.
The issue though is if like you have to worry about like, well, does he have crush? Does he have is he sitting on a bolt potentially? Like what exactly is going on? And a lot of what Tyler is going to do here depends on what Matt has in his hand right now.
Matt looks like he's going to win the game. So, and Tyler does not look like he's going to win the game. Now, body language is a really important thing when you're playing Magic too. When you see somebody, pulse on the neck is really huge. The faster it gets, the stronger somebody is. Leaning back is really huge. The more somebody leans back, the stronger they are. Touching your face usually means you're weak.
So Tyler decides to go in on Sword Equip Nexus,
He's going to equip this Nexus.
and then I'll likely see a crush in the future. Oh, he serves with Frost Titan too. That means he's just dead to that Lava Claw reaches if his lands don't untap, which a crush will mean that they won't.
Does he have a crush? Do we know that?
I mean, I think pretty sure that's what the red card in his hand was. Oh, it's a bolt. All right. Still, it still accomplishes the same thing, right?
Yeah, we don't know what's in Tyler's hand, though. Oh, it's just a land?
It's a plains.
Yeah, he's just dead. Huh?
Yeah, that's it. Lava Cloud reaches, gets in for 4 damage. He activates that. And I mean, I'm sure Tyler was like, well, if he has it, he has it. And he had it. Tag with Lava Cloud reaches. Pump once, pump twice. That's it. And Red Black Vampires
Red Black
advances
Vampires.
to the semifinals.
Squeaks into the semis.
We will not have an all-comp-led semifinals.